following a resolution in the coming days and weeks. Analysts formally declare that $10,000 per XRP is very rational. It has been made clear that the SEC has not met the conditions to even discuss or debate an appeal for the SD Ripple loss, as claimed in an article. The Ripple CEO has also stated that a settlement is on the table in a recent interview from back in July in which he made it clear that Ripple is open to settling with the SEC if XRP in and of itself is. The SEC payment is required in this case, but the expanding value of XRP is also at stake, and this is what we all care about. The chief legal officer of Ripple believes that settlement is not the only element at play. Orlan claims in this piece that Ripple has only recently uncovered its disagreement with the secretary's proposal for an interlux tree and to Roma appeal with the read my favorite footnotes. In FN5, they argue that there is no information at all. The SEC even acknowledges that an appeal should take place, and on top of that, it also directs us back to settlement news that the SEC never intended for, and the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission, which recently opened a secret meeting scheduled for September 7th, has confirmed this as well. We're keeping a close eye on this. You probably already know what they're talking about in this meeting, but we'll remind you that it's scheduled for September 7th. The establishment and resolution of injunctive action, the institution of administrative processes, the resolution of claims and litigation, and other problems relating to exam enforcement proceedings will be discussed. Doesn't this mean that Ripple and the SEC will reach an agreement? Boy, oh boy. That's not all, despite the significant price spike that XRP is about to undergo, and of course, the rest of the bazaar. Information is only the beginning of the settlement, and they all point to the fact that XRP's value will skyrocket because at the end of the day, people like Ripple. I like Ripple, but at the end of the day, I'm investing in XRP in the hopes that its value will rise and I may profit from it. This is a video. In this regard, where is the evidence that the value of XRP would rise? I'll show you the facts, and it will be evident to you that based on what we can see is that XRP will likely rise to a few $100s, if not thousands or even tens of thousands of dollars, due to the numbers supported, and we're looking at higher figures. In this situation, who else is referring to settlement with numbers like 100, 200, and 1 million or 10,000? Not me, but an official warrior, and this is no ordinary lawyer, or rather, this is a lawyer who is going in with 75,000 XRP holders behind his back and has been involved in the Ripple STL litigation, in which he reveals that the Ripple SEC settlement option is not feasible. It is unavoidable in the Coinbase scenario, and that, even if an appeal were feasible, a settlement would be the only reasonable auction that would take place as a result of the situation. An appeal would simply reduce the likelihood of success. According to what he says, and what I quote, Judge Faralina's decision that token sales on an exchange in a blind bid/transaction do not fall under U.S. law will allow Ripple in the SEC to settle before the end of the year of monetary regulation, which the XRP community has reiterated in another tweet this year that a resolution of the Ripple STL litigation is necessary and will take place soon. I seem to recall Ripple claiming that if the SEC determined that XRP is not a security, a settlement would be reached almost swiftly. The court has now declared that XRP is not a security, which has been recognized. So, what is preventing a resolution to the outstanding dispute? The truth is that nothing is a problem right now, and in the agreement clause, I believe Ripple will propose that the SEC not only not categorize XRP as a security for institutional investors, but also not classify it as a security in and of itself, which we already know is almost guaranteed to happen due to the occurrence on September 29, 2023. But we'll go into that later in the video to explain why this will influence XRP's worth, because it will surely affect the currency's pricing as a result. XRP will rise, but we'll cover that later in the video. This is covered in greater depth later in the film. Going on to the next point, and this is when things start to become serious. David Schwartz, Ripple's chief technical officer, expects that XRP will someday replace the US dollar as the global reserve currency. Do you think it won't? What if Ripple's CEO David Schwartz states that XRP will genuinely replace the USD as the global reserve currency? Currency. It will, and as a result, experts are proceeding. By the way, analysts argue that $10,000 or more per XRP is a logical collusion of $10 in XRP is insufficient to bridge the total amount of money, to reiterate. This is not the first time we've seen an article in which rational and practical experts make similar claims. Who else believes that $10,000 per XRP is an acceptable price? And that it is impossible to buy XRP for $10,000, as you might expect. Ripple Labs co-founder Arthur Brio believes that XRP has a potential value of $10,000 and must be scalable to accommodate 7.5 billion people globally. This statement is cited by Ripple Labs co-founder Arthur Brio. Consider this, as Arthur suggested. You can hear that from Ripple and many other high-ranking executives. You are familiar with these financial pros. Are openly claiming that $10,000 per XRP is the only reasonable price. It is nonsensical to trade XRP. Below $10,000, do you anticipate it will be less than $10,000? Not at all. And if it is less than $10,000, is it only for a short time? It notified banking institutions. Bank states and brace countries have stated that they will be utilizing XRP, and we have produced films, discussed it, and offered proof to back this. The value of $10,000 is fairly sensible as long as those countries continue to utilize it. Everything makes sense. Just ask yourself why Ripple Labs would enter the real estate market to tokenize real estate. Do you not realize how big this industry is? It is Ripple that is assuming control because they are aware that XRP is not a security in and of itself, and that their coin will be valuable and capable of managing the tokenization of the real estate market. In actuality, there has been a lot of discussion. Recently, Ripple and the Renkum network announced a massive collaboration that will involve two massive companies, because this company is so enormous. It is also rentable since, like Ripple, it collaborates with the Republic of Palau's Renkum network. The basic purpose of this asset corporation is to hold a large number of rentable assets, such as homes, automobiles, and other things. The crucial point is that they only accept rent as payment from tenants. In exchange, they receive 10% of their rent if they pay on time, thanks to the Renkum network, which includes properties in Japan, Europe, and a variety of other countries. Back to their main office, which I believe is in Canada or the United States. One of them also needs to facilitate this rent payment back to their main headquarters, which is in the United States or Canada, since this big cooperation between Ripple and the Renkum network will naturally be at the point of cross-border payment. So how are they going to accomplish this? I assume they now use a quick system or this payment method, both of which, as you are aware, are somewhat outdated, but what other options do they have? The RippleNet system is the most efficient because it is inexpensive, which you know is critical. They have that right now with Ripple, and I'm guessing that they met in the Republic of Palau because, as you can see, Ransom officially entered into Phase 1 discussion with the Republic of Palau for the implementation of government rentable assets. So my prediction is that they met in the Republic of Palau, and look here at the very bottom after doing some research, they're going to announce a partnership. That the IPO, partnership, and settlement news may all happen again. We cannot guarantee anything. Their native token has been pumping over the last couple of days, up about 3.000% in the last week, and about 2.3000% in the last month, and the craziest part is that they're still in their pilot program, so they just recently switched over to this crypto system, where now they only allow renters to pay and earn token, and now they're testing it on a small group of renters. They allow all renters to pay for their establishment. Consider if a small percentage increased the price by 2, 1, 0, or 0% in the last month. Consider how much of a percentage rise you'll see if they do it to all renters, and this is where things become interesting. My goal is to be an early investor, thus I purchased this currency myself. I'm showing it to them and telling them that the technology is there. When you see that XRP is going to move up and back, and that XRP is going to be the world reserve currency, It makes you excited, and this is why I love this coin. This is why, as you know, I always wear my Ripple XRP cap to convey my passion for XRP and the technology. If I'm wearing this cap every time I walk, since guys are so polite to me, you can get it at metalcryptid.com. Look back, you've seen me about your office. Then you see your XRP crypto coin, and you just look at it, and you think, hey, maybe XRP's current worth is 50 cents, but the true value is $500, $1,000, or $10,000 per XRP. This is why I like XRP so much. I notice hidden value means that no one else does. I appreciate you watching, my fellow cryptography nerds, and I hope to see you again soon.